Hello dear students. Today we'll start with unit number 3. I have covered two units till now. The first unit was related to basic introduction of semiconductor devices where we have seen different semiconductor devices, then their ratings and brief history, that is from the development in the field of semiconductors or electronics devices. Then the important part we have studied was power flow control. First, the point that we have covered in this power flow is nothing but power flow equations, and from the equation we have seen the different means to control the power flow, that is by connecting the shunt capacitor bank, shunt reactors, by changing the excitations of generator and prime mover, then by connecting the tap changing transformer or voltage regulating transformer, and so on. That was related to unit number 1. Unit number 2 is was related to fax controllers. We have seen the importance of fax devices, significance, and types of fax controller. The fax controllers are broadly classified as series controller, shunt controller, and combined controllers, where combined controllers are further classified as series controller and combined series shunt controllers. Then we have seen the principles and objectives of shunt compensation and series compensation, and the advantages of fax device. One of the major advantage of fax device, that is we have complete control over the power transfers in the transmission line. That means we can use the transmission line to its maximum thermal capability. That was related to unit number 2. Now this unit number 3 is the continuation of unit number 2, where we have seen the configurations, that is series controllers and shunt controllers, and unit number 3 comprises of this configuration. First point is related to static overcompensators. That is nothing but the shunt types of controllers. We have different configurations in it. That is thyristor reactor, thyristor control, thyristor capacitor controlled, or thyristor switch capacitor. Then FCTCR, then hybrid type, that is TSC TCR, and so on. Then we have the important that part is nothing but statcom, that is static compensator, which is nothing but static condenser. Then we are going to study the series types of controllers or configuration, that is thyristor control series compensator TCSC, then static synchronous series compensator, that is S3C, and the combined type of configuration, that is UPFC, where we can where the controllers are connected using a DC link, and we can have control over both the controllers by this DC link. So this part will be covered in unit number 3. So first type, that is SVC configuration. So these SVC configurations are first generation fax controller. It is variable impedance device where the current through reactor is controlled using back-to-back connected thyristor switch. So this static or compensator changes by changing in impedances, or it is a variable impedance devices, and by controlling the thyristors which are connected back to back by giving the gate pulse signals with help of controllable or algorithms, we can have the control over the thyristors, that is turn on and turn off. And by turning on and turning off of thyristor, we can inject the required amount of current into the system. That is nothing but we can have control over the reactive part. So it is connected to an extra high voltage line through step down transformer or tertiary windings of power transformers. So the diagram shown here is a basic part where all types of static overcompensators are connected to extra high voltage line named as SVC bus. We have HPF, that is hybrid types of SVC controllers, TF, that is thyristor controllers, and TCR, that is thyristor controlled reactor, where we can see that two thyristors are connected back to back. Then thyristor switch capacitor, where the capacitor is connected in series with the thyristors which are connected back to back, and just by controlling the thyristors, by providing the gate signal, we can control the current injected to the bus. And since these all types of configurations are connected in shunt through a step down transformer, that means we can have the control over the current injected to the bus in the bus. And just by controlling the current injections, we can have, or the system can absorb or penetrate reactive was in the system. So the objectives of static war compensators are to provide dynamic power factor improvement and balance the current on source side whenever required. So we know the importance of power factor, and the power factor is directly related to current. So if we control the current, and that is done with help of shunt connected controllers, that is static power compensator, we can easily control the power factor of the system. Increases the power transfer in long lines. We have seen in the objectives of shunt and series compensation, that is when we connect the shunt controllers or series controllers, the power in the system get double, but the amount of reactive power in the system also get increases. So the power transfer in the long lines get increases or becomes high. It has no inertia to synchronous condenser and can extremely be fast in operation, that is 2 to 3 cycles, as compared to impedance control devices, that is conventional devices. These types of controllers operate fastly within 2 to 3 cycles, and due to its fast operation, it has various types of further advantages. Improve the stability with fast acting voltage regulation, damp low frequency oscillation due to swing modes, damp subsynchronous frequency oscillations, and have control over dynamic over voltages. So these are the objectives of static or compensators. So mainly static or compensators are two types. I am considering only two types. We are mainly concerned with two types of static or compensator in our syllabus. That is fixed capacitor thyristor controlled reactor, that is FCTCR, and thyristor switch capacitor TCR, and the hybrid configuration, that is TSC TCR. So I'll be covering this part, that is hybrid configurations and FC TCR. So TCS TCR is more flexible and require smaller rating of the reactor, and consequently generates less harmonics. TSC TCR are connected to secondary side of step down transformers. So these are various configurations of static power compensators, and I have discussed, that is these are these devices are mainly dependent upon impedance changing. So this different, that is FCTCR, TSCTCR, or TCS-TCR, have different impedance control, and harmonics generation of these configurations get changes according to the impedance changes. So they have their own importance. So HPF and TF provides capacitive reactive power at fundamental frequencies. To minimize switching transients, TSC is switched on at zero positive voltage across thyristors. To minimize switching transients, TSC is switched on at zero positive voltage across thyristors. To switch off TSC, simply the gate pulse is removed and the thyristor is turned off when the current through them falls below the holding current. So the basically is nothing but we have thyristors in it, and if we control the thyristors, we can control the current injections in the system, and depending upon the current injection we can control the reactive power, and depending upon the reactive power we can control the different parameters, that is power factors, voltage, stability and harmonic generations. The limit to limit di by dt in TSC, it is necessary to provide small reactor in series with capacitors. The current in TCR can be controlled from 0 to maximum by controlling firing angle alpha. So that is nothing but by changing the gate signal or gate pulse of the thyristors, we can control the current from 0 to maximum. The instantaneous current over half cycle is given by ITCR, that is thyristor controlled reactor, is equal to root 2 into V divided by XL. Here XL is the reactance of transmission line, multiplied by cos alpha minus cos omega t for alpha less than omega t less than alpha plus sigma, and it is equal to 0 for alpha greater than omega t less than alpha plus pi, where V is the RMS applied voltage, XL is the reactance of TCR at fundamental frequency, that is thyristor controlled reactor, sigma is the conduction angle, and alpha is the firing angle of TCR. Here conduction angle is nothing but if I apply a battery source and if I connect the load having RLE type. So when we add E source or the battery source in the circuit, the battery can charge and discharge. So when the battery charges, then and then only thyristor gets into on state. But before that, we apply the conduction firing angles to the thyristor. So we have two types of angles over here, that is firing angle alpha and conduction angle sigma. So if you plot the waveform of voltage and current, we'll see that these waveforms are of distorted in type or nature. So the current is non-sinusoidal and contains odd harmonics, which are function of conduction angle. That is nothing but these harmonics are dependent upon angle sigma. To limit the harmonics entering the system, a fixed capacitor are connected as series tuned filter or by increasing number of output pulses of thyristor connection. So I have already have discussion brief discussion about this point in first unit. That is, if we increase the number of switchings, we can decrease the harmonics. But the problem is if we increase the number of switching, the switching losses get increases. So we have to compromise over the harmonics and switching losses. And if I connect the capacitor in series with the thyristor, we have seen in case of series controller, when we connect the capacitor in series, the capacitor has its own reactance, and this capacitor reactance reduces the impedance of transmission line. And if it reduces the impedance of transmission line, the voltage stability limit gets increases and the harmonics get reduces. So if we increase the capacitive reactance to a large value, we can easily eliminate the harmonics present in the system. So another way to reduce the harmonics is to segment TCR into two or more parallel connected branches and operate all except one of the branch as TSR, which don't contribute any harmonics. So we can have the next configuration, that is TCR. So we can connect the thyristor controlled reactor in parallel, that is in bank, and we can have the switching of this reactor according to requirement. So by switching, the amount of current injected will get changed and we have fine control over the harmonic reduction. So the advantages of TSC TCR and FC TCR are reduction in reactor size and consequently harmonics, greater flexibility in control, better performance under system fault conditions, and speed of response for both types of SVC is similar. So in this point, that is static power compensator, I have given a brief introduction about all types of static power compensators or the configurations which comes under static power compensators. So if we see the first point of our syllabus, we have description of SVC. So the when question is asked related to static power compensator, you can write all this stuff which I have discussed till now. Apart from this, I'll be explaining one or two types of configurations in details. So the question can be arise in multiple types. That is, they might ask SVC configuration directly, so you can write all this, and even they can might ask a particular types of SVC configuration. That is FCTCR, TSCTCR, then fixed capacitor, then thyristor reactors, and so on. So I'll be explaining one or two types of static power compensator in next PPT. So that's it for